Scoop.
Okay? Yeah.
You're going out the ring, Liz, no? Right.
No, good to see you.
Mr. Gaza Roper.
Long time.
Football
long
Coach
time.
101.
What can I say? No, it's been a long time, obviously, since I've seen you, and obviously since you've been back in Norwich as well. What have you been up to?
Bruv, what haven't I been up to, man? I've been on tour. Last time I saw you, dude, when was the last time I saw... Sorry, Gary and I have known each other for years, like, for a long time, since I was about 16.
Yeah, it's turned out okay.
Last time I saw, I think I toured with Sean Paul and Rag & Bowman since I last saw you. I've been in the studio a lot, finishing my next single.
Yeah.
Which has been mind-blowing, like beyond belief. Like, I'm born and raised Galston kid, and we went to Abbey Road and recorded the strings from the Bond Orchestra and stuff like that. Just absolutely mind-blowing stuff.
What was it like in there? Abbey Road?
Standing in
the church.
I mean, you don't quite ever grasp how powerful strings can be, unless you stand, like when you're stood this far away from the viola player, and it hits you like a wall of sound. You're like, this is crazy. Like, this is really, really crazy. It's like nothing else, mate. And I've never done anything like that before.
Was that the first time, like this year?
Yeah, crazy. It's the first time I've ever had anything recorded like that in any way.
Are you going back in there? You back in there soon?
Yeah, we'll be in and out. I mean, I'm mixing. We're in the mixing stage of my next single now, which is called Honest, which I played tonight.
One of my favourites.
Thank you guys.
For a long time.
Long time.
Can I just say I like the keys in it as well?
What? Dropped it down? See, listen to this musical guy. He thinks he's a musician.
No, that electric piano in it was.
Yeah.
Yeah, in London. That was amazing. That just went boom. Yeah. Hit the spot.
That's the. Thank you, dude.
No, you know that.
Glad you picked that up. Glad you picked up on that.
But so out of all those things, Anne Marie, Rag & Bowman, Sean Paul, and everything is our favourite moment now. Whether it's on tour, whether it's on stage.
Don't think
what's the bit?
that would come No, some of the stuff with Sean Paul was pretty cool. Like you don't realise until you watch his set, that Sean Paul's got literally an hour and a half of number ones, and he's also pitch perfect. And you think he's just some guy rapping on stage. He's not. He's a really good singer. Really good. And his whole team, really professional. Really
on it.
Yeah, I mean. Ooh.
Was there a time when you stood back, just kind of pinched yourself?
There was a time. I mean, there was one where we played in Manchester, and it was like the second time we played with He walked past me to go on stage. Instead of just walking by, he clocked me through the door. And I had my shirt off, and I was smoking a cigarette or something after the show, as I always do. And I'm like, coming down from the adrenaline, and I just lock eyes with Sean Paul. I'm like, oh, cool, he's noticed me. And then he comes back through the door, comes through and says, Mullaly, we lick up brethren, well done. Big set, we have big things for you now. I'm like, what? Sean Paul just came and stopped me on the way to stage to say, whew. That was a very high moment. It was a very high moment. That was surreal, very surreal, very surreal.
Okay, so. Boyzone.
Recently,
Oh
yeah, you knew about that, didn't you? That's a secret one. That's a proper secret one.
Yeah.
I was very lucky recently.
How did that come about? Normal Boy, great track, and I must say, listening to it.
Can you hear my influence?
It's definitely him. It's definitely
Can you hear my influence?
Yeah, that isn't Boyzone. She just sounds like you.
It was. I mean, that was crazy. The first song on the Boyzone album is an Ed Sheeran song. The second song. Oh wait, no, it's Normal Boy.
No, yours is Normal Boy.
And mine's the first one. I think the second one's an Ed Sheeran song, and the third one's a Gary Barlow song. Yeah. And it's like Conor Mullaly night, Ed Sheeran, Gary Barlow, and it's like what?
A glimpse of the future.
I hope so. No. Absolutely mental, mate.
How did it happen then? What was the?
I wrote it with a really cool guy called Banan, who's actually from Norfolk. Do any of you know someone called Banan? His name is Banan, like banana, but with 5 less A's. Yeah. But his name is Banan, and he's wicked writer. I wrote it with him and Toby Scott, and Toby is on the same management platform, I think, as the Boyzone Boys, and Ronan Keating.
Management or something?
Yeah, Z Management, I think.
Z Management, close.
Nearly. And Ronan Keating heard it and called up the people and I want this song now.
Yeah, really?
Yeah, like, all right, Mr. Keating, bloody hell. I'll do it.
Yeah, I didn't know whether like Atlantic had like pitched
No,
stuff to
Boyzone just heard it and like we want that record. So
Really?
yeah, they just asked us to.
Yeah, that
which
sounds...
is mate, they've sold like 25 million records, man. They're Boyzone are serious.
Yeah.
You know.
Big. Well, because didn't get record of the week or something on, was it Radio 2?
Yeah, I think it was. I think it was Joe Wiley's or something.
Oh, yeah,
I think it was.
Yeah,
I think it was, which was really cool. I mean, dude, that's just like what the heck?
Yeah.
You used to drive me around.
I know, man. I know.
So it's like it's too mad, isn't it? So
yeah, it's wonderful. That at the same time, like I said to you, every time I've seen you move on and go forward a bit, it's like, yeah, okay.
Feel you.
There's still a long way to come.
Long way.
I mean, listen, tonight I thought it was amazing, the range again, but more importantly for me, it was freedom again. It was like not consciously working the songs, it was like feeling the song more and trying to get into the song itself.
Which has been a long time since I've been able to do that. You know, I've been doing
definitely.
very different shows. Oh yeah, I'm playing. Yeah, of course. A long time since I was able to play.
Yeah.
So, just obviously, and don't get me wrong, I'm not shouting it down. I'm not saying it's a bad thing.
No,
It's
exactly.
been an
That's
amazing
part of it, isn't it?
part of my development to go onto those shows, but to be able to step back on a set, you know, go on a guitar or go on keys.
Yeah.
I've learned keys recently in the last year, so hopefully we'll start incorporating that into shows.
Yeah, well, I liked when you did that anyway. I think the mix is nice, but I think the mix is good, and I think you're different with it. And I think I've said to you this before. I can tell, and I think the audience can tell when you feel it.
Yeah.
And that's the key.
Yeah. I mean, that's why people go to live gigs, though, isn't it? Right? It's because you hear it on the record, you're like, I feel it. Then you go to the stage and you see that act on stage, you're like, oh shit, I still feel it.
Yeah, definitely. And it might be something, like Jules said when we were watching, that might be something that triggers that, whether it's picking up the guitar and playing those songs with the guitar.
100.
It's the right thing to do with that. So, what about Toby Scott? With him? Are you doing anything else with him?
I mean, Toby's a really good friend of mine. He's moved to Brighton actually in the last 18 months. I haven't seen him in a little while, but he's a really good friend of mine. I would imagine I'll be working with him again.
Yeah.
I'm always like we go in and do like little writing camps and little bits together. So
yeah, because I'm thinking the stuff he's been doing as well. The people he's been working with is
the new Cards and Chiefs album.
Yeah, and it's going to give you, I think, a nice.
Yeah, he's slightly different as well. He's slightly different. Like he can get like really clean, really pop sounding, or he can go a little bit left and like you know, mess with it that way. So
right, thinking about where you are and what you do, what do you prefer? Right.
What do you mean?
Performing.
Mate, I'm just
producing.
Happy. I'm just glad to be making music, bro. Like I wake up every day and my sole purpose is to pick up an instrument that makes racket, and that's all I have to do. I don't give a shit if I'm writing or performing or do you know what I'm saying? Like I don't care if I'm playing congas or djembeles or whatever. Like I don't. Do you know what I'm saying? I'm lucky to be making music, man. So, but
out of one of the three, come on, one of the three.
What, playing, performing, or writing?
Yeah. Well,
which do I prefer?
Performing, writing, or producing.
Oh,
because that's when you get to
Gary
play.
with the boom.
They get to play.
I love producing.
Yeah,
I produce a lot of people.
For me, I knew what you were like. Well, we were in the studio.
Yeah.
Go back.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Again.
Yeah. I love producing, and I've learned to produce recently, and I've got a studio in my house now. So, like, in the last couple of years, I've been making songs flat out, like the Boyzone song, where I am not mentioned in any other context other than Connor Mullaly, the producer.
Right.
And I'm not Mullaly in any way. I'm Connor, the producer, and I produce their song for them. It's been a lot of fun as well.
So you would edge.
I think the thing about it is I love having the spread. Like I love being able to this week I'm producing, next week I'm on tour, and the week after that I'm writing.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I love being challenged in different ways. Yeah. But personally, I feel like I can't actually answer that.
It's all part of that.
It's so tough, bro. That's such a tough question to answer.
Right. Okay. Yeah. Easy one.
Right.
When you're writing.
When I'm writing.
Doing it more regular, like you said, doing it full time now. What's the process? Lyrics, melody.
I'm a bit of a hippie with this stuff. I've done a lot of sessions. I've been lucky enough to do sessions here, America, in some of the biggest studios with some people that I never thought I'd ever be able to work with.
Yeah.
And you pick up a lot of stuff, and you learn a lot of stuff of how sessions work for you. Do you know what I mean? And a lot of people have a very specific writing process. I have a very unspecific writing process. That's the specific. How do you say that? Specificity.
Specificity.
Oh Christ! Someone get the angles on him for a second, Jesus. But I think it's the the lack of that. For me, that really,
I know what you mean.
You know,
being open to something, catching that, and then trying to.
I feel like when you're writing music, especially as a group of people, it's very rare actually. People think that songs get written by just one person in a song, in a room, on a guitar. But actually, you know, all of these people that are like figureheads of the solo musician, Ed Sheeran, James Bay, Adele, all of their songs have been written with people, and there are professional songwriters, you know, that come in and just write songs.
It's like team stuff, isn't it?
Absolutely, and you learn from what's going on around
Tim
you.
Alley.
Exactly, and they have. I think that.
Do you ever overpaint?
All the time. Like, I guess that's definitely part of my process. It's like adding too much and then taking back and being like, oh shit, like actually, if we just have that and that, it's great. And you've added all these 900 other things, and actually didn't need a single bit of it. You know what I mean?
What's the bit where you feel it?
Yeah, exactly. Moments. That's what, for me, my writing process is about creating moments. Yeah. If you don't have enough moments in a song, you don't keep the listeners' attention.
Absolutely. That's where I think, for me personally, I mean, London was a big day anyway that night. Honest, shone, you know, because it seemed to come together. And I think it was towards the end of the gig as well, and with you moving on the keys, it almost kind of brought the whole evening together. And I think because I looked around, I remember looking around, and it was just, honestly, but it seemed to connect the whole thing, and that was lovely. And I think, you know, that was what they must have seen there. I think, definitely. So thinking about that, writing wise, and then looking at your style, what would you say? Because I know you said neo soul before. Has it changed? Has it now changed a bit?
Blooming clue anymore, mate. To be honest, I just make songs. Do you know what I mean? Like, something I've learned, I think, is that people, number one, genres aren't up to you. You can make a song and say, oh, I think this is reggae, and someone else comes out, and because of the way you look or because of where you're from and how just the world works, they go, that's not reggae, sunshine. This is reggae. What you're making is something else. You've got to find another name for that. You feel me? But someone else might come in and be like, that's straight reggae. Yeah, come on, let's go. Do you know what I'm saying? So,
it's what they hear of it. Definitely.
It's
and
how it's taken.
Also, I think that's a fair point, because someone at some point went, I'll tell you what that is.
Yeah.
I mean, that was somebody quoted the other day.
What's neo soul? Neo soul?
Yeah.
What?
Someone said Britpop. And they went, oh yeah, that's what it is.
Yeah, exactly.
So everybody
How's that different
it.
to rock? How's it different? How are Oasis different to Long Peaks? Or I name this, do you know what I'm saying? So, I feel you on that.
Yeah, I just wonder, because thinking about like Sweet Coffee and then Think of You, they're a different feel from Overdose, and then coming through some of that earlier stage, I think, finding your feet and getting into then doing it on a regular basis, then living it and performing it.
Absolutely. I think there's going to be quite a lot of cycles that go around. I feel like, you know, we're going to come back to like high intensity pop music. We're going to come back to more cheeky, fun stuff. I
like what you've done.
Yeah.
At the moment.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I like the fact you've come back to this tonight and are looking at it again like that.
Yeah.
Well,
really it's important. You know, it's important sometimes to just remember where everything comes from, where the roots and stuff are.
Yeah, definitely. Right, inspirations.
Like influences.
Yeah, inspirations musically.
I mean, I could go on for hours. You know me about old school. Like the amount of time. Listen, right. So Gary lives 2 minutes walk from my dad's house and has the most fabulous collection of vinyl you've ever seen in your life. And so therefore, I have all of his offcuts because he gave me all of his old records. And so you know more than anyone, Marvin Gaye, Otis Redding, Al Green, Sam Cooke, straight up, all over. That's where I taught myself to sing, 100%. But more recently, I did a J. Cole song tonight. Yeah. And actually, I've been really looking at the intelligence and the complexity of a lot of what the American rappers have been doing. You know, J. Cole, Mac Miller, Kendrick Lamar, a lot of these guys, for me, if I can somehow, I know this is a very tall order, very tall ask, but if I can somehow link the intelligence and complexity of those guys' music with the generalized ability, there's a lot of abilities, with the generalizable vibe of pop music.
Yeah.
If I could one day,
if you can capture that,
if I can capture that one day, then I'd be very happy, because like Kevin's Heart, for example, the song I sang today by J. Cole, is a song not even about him. It's got so many socio-political issues around it, about his friend Kevin Hart who cheated on his pregnant wife, and it's got, you know, societal issues, it's got racial issues, it's got issues with men and women, it comes up with drug issues, it's all all from stepping back and looking at someone else's perspective.
Interpretation again as well.
Exactly. And I find that so clever. I find it so clever to write a pop song, to write like a song that goes on the radio about someone else,
and everybody relates to,
and everyone goes, do you know what? That's really on the money. Like, that's for me.
Right.
If I can capture that.
So from Heritage, what was the first spark? What was the one that formed the band that you thought suddenly?
Ed Sheeran.
That's what I want to do.
Ed Sheeran.
Was it? Yeah.
I saw Ed Sheeran with his guitar with his bloody paw print on it, and it was.
Was that
Said it never sleeps.
Is that the art centre?
No, I've seen Ed all over the place. I've seen him at the art centre, I've seen him in Camden, I've seen him in Deptford Forest, I've seen him like loads of places. But no, I saw him on TV, and it was just like something triggered because he's just not like Usher, is he? Do you know what I'm saying? He's not like some incredible person that you have to. He's like, yo, I play guitar, I'm kind of cool, but whatever. Do you know what I mean? It's non in your face and non-intense. And I was like, wow, like maybe I could do that. Yeah. Maybe I could, and I picked up a guitar, and I tell you what, I couldn't. I couldn't, mate. But
you went with the band first, though.
Yeah, a couple of years in a reggae ska pop band, touring Galston and Great Yarmouth, playing local shows. But we did some cool shows as a band, man. We played like Band Manners. We supported the Wailers. We supported like some really cool people around Norwich. Like we did some fun stuff as kids. It was really cool. Great time.
Right. So thinking now, future-wise. Career and having that chance to, like you said, probably take some time out and reflect on it. If you could have an artist's career model, whose would it be? So thinking about
it easy now. Stop these questions, bruv. Keep Gaza Ripper on as the professional question asker.
Sam, what sort of career would you have liked?
Christ, mate, I don't know. Damn, I would really. I mean. Like you say, I think this is something you've always understood about me from very early. Freedom. It's really important for me.
Yeah.
I don't ever want to be. I know I will be constricted in the near future. I will be limited to what I'm allowed to do.
Yeah.
But the dream for me is to be able to wake up and go. I feel like producing for a while. I'm going to produce a hip hop album today, like for the next month. That's what I'm doing. I want to go on tour. Like now, I want to go on tour. Now I'm writing for someone else. Now I'm writing for me. Like,
well, you've always said that.
Yeah.
I think straight away, as long as I've known you, that's been your approach to everything you've done.
100% all the time.
A lot of the success of what you've achieved, whether it was rugby, football, even being involved, has come from that approach. I think
100%,
definitely
100%.
Okay, so collaboration then.
Ooh. I've got some really cool tune. I don't know if I'm allowed to tell anybody about that.
Yeah, well,
I've got some really cool in-house label stuff.
Yeah,
and obviously people on my label. I'm very blessed to have Clean Bandit, Rudimental, Anne-Marie, Paolo Nutini, Bruno Mars. So there's some very cool in-house label stuff going on, which is very cool. Really cool tune.
Writing wise or performing wise?
Writing wise. Yeah, both, good. As always. Like I'm never precious about that stuff. I'll sing someone else's song. Whitney never wrote a single word. Yeah. Someone shoot her down. Do you know what I mean? She's like one of the most incredible. So I don't get too. I try not to get too precious about music like that, because I feel like if you get too wound up in the wrong things. I'm singing someone else's song, like you forget to be grateful for the right things.
But what's nice is sharing those ideas.
100% share. I love sharing and all that stuff, all of that. But there's quite a lot of artists who, like, if you bring a song to them, they'll be like, I'm cutting someone else's song, you push that back over there, and I'm just going to get like, so you know what? Like, go make music, be happy. You know what I'm saying? Don't worry about it.
Yeah, well, obviously, I think sometimes because you can write, play, produce, perform. sometimes that's strong. Like you said, when some people are just a voice, or they are kind of more of a product, and there's a bigger support mechanism behind them, you are quite self-sufficient. So, you know, I think that's always stood you in good stead. I think they always make you a strong artist anyway.
Thank you.
No, I do.
Thank you,
I think it will do, because I think whatever process along the way don't work for you, you'll just recreate, turn around and do it a different way.
Yeah, until they
Which
do.
is great. Yeah, because that's your approach.
That's my approach.
What's next then?
Honest.
Album?
Honest coming up.
Yeah.
Yeah, next song, next single.
Tours?
Yeah, coming up.
Festivals?
I haven't got many festivals this year. It's the first time in my music adult life.
But you get to go to them. You get to relax.
No, but they're ruined for me now, mate. I've played 250 festivals.
Yeah.
I've done, and we're not talking about like last year. Well, not last year. Year before last, I did Glastonbury, 2018.
Yeah.
No, last year. No, there was no Glastonbury.
I still want. Oh, by the way,
no, 2017.
keep the albums.
Yeah.
I want the jacket off the introducing stage.
You want that jacket?
I want that
My
jacket.
my granny went nuts about that. She said, "How could you let someone let you wear that jacket? You look like a homeless wizard on stage to 3,000 people." I was like, "Thank you, Granny. You're so supportive."
Love it. It's a great jacket, though.
I like that jacket.
Yeah.
I really like that
You
jacket.
have to bring that over.
I'll
I'll
yeah,
hire it for a weekend.
Later on, Carrie, what do you think of this? Kind of jacket?
Yeah.
Oh, fucking hell, guys.
Yeah, perfume. It's perfect. It's not me.
Yeah. No.
So, no album yet then?
Album will be coming. I don't see any point in dropping music on deaf ears.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, like, and especially in this day and age, you can just do singles. You could like, I've only actually like deep this. I've released 6 songs in my whole life.
Yeah. Yeah.
And people say, "When's your album coming?" I'm going,
Yeah.
Christ. Not that you did that, sorry, but but you know what I mean. I'm
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
There's still, for
I
me,
think-
there's still
I
a few
think-
more tunes. I haven't ever done like a proper official single. I think
No,
this one
not
coming
like
up now,
a big
Honest.
launch.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
think this
yeah,
one
yeah.
coming up now, Honest,
Yeah.
will be my first ever big single. Launch.
Yeah.
And I've been signed to my record label for 2 years.
Yeah, I was going to say, what have Atlantic said with Honest?
Oh,
They're
dude.
really... Yeah.
Big budget video and stuff.
Yeah.
And Steve Fitzmaurice is producing it.
Oh,
Who's
yeah. I've heard the name.
big, all over the Sam Smith stuff,
Yeah.
all over a lot of Sia, a lot of Prince, a lot of like really amazing engineer.
Well, I'm really pleased to see you tonight. Fantastic. So personally, and also, mate, bring it on.
Trust me, come on.
Bring the next one
Thank you
on.
for having me.
No, thank you for talking to us as well. It's
Absolutely, every time.
Always great to see you.
No, mate, thank you, bro.
Pop scoop.